I think we should see Aunt Lynn's.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. I'm going to look and check your sum dog and see how you guys are doing. So I don't want anyone to lose points. That's not you. Are you this class? But no, you guys have 9 because Sophia's still in. All right. Maybe you're this class. Nope. That's 8th grade. All right, I have one more choice for you guys. This must be you. It's you. Here's how we're going. I'm looking at my list. It says Emma Wilson is done. It says Abigail Swiderski, done. It says Karen Puris, 82%, almost done. It says Matthew Miller, 64% done. And Nathan Snyder, 16% done. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 of you. Okay, I got 2 done. 3 of you have already started. Okay, so my dones are Emma and Abby. Karen, Matthew, and Nathan have gotten started. So I have 3 of you that need to start it and go. Nicholas, Lauren, and Gavin. Okay.
Hi, Mrs. Palmer.
Hello. All right. Am I missing anyone? I feel like I'm missing someone. Let me look. Abby, Emma, Karen. I'm missing Lauren? Yes, I'm missing Lauren. Well, she'll probably be here soon.
Papa, I think my battery disappeared.
Her internet was out today.
The battery.
She was in and out of class.
Yeah, she's had
What are you
horrible
doing?
all day.
What are you doing to it?
Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to check our homework, page 518. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and mute yourselves for now until we go over our homework. So I'll call on you to check over your homework. We're going to look on page 518. Okay, so on page 518, we were finishing going over the mid-chapter quiz, which means pretty soon we're going to have an actual mid-chapter quiz. This is our review. I think what I'll do is put your mid-chapter quiz in your Google Classroom, and I'll put it in over break, probably this afternoon. But you won't have to submit it until, I'll give you until like next Friday. So you don't have to do it over the Easter break. But if you want to get it done, because I know a lot of times you travel over Easter, but now you can't travel. So if you want to work on it over the break, then you'll be able to. Okay. And if you want to wait and do it next week, that would be fine too. Okay, but next week, we're also going to move on into factoring polynomials. So you're going to have homework next week. So you might want to get it done over break just to have it out of the way. Okay. We're starting with number 23. We're foiling, which is always so much fun. Number 23, Nicholas. Could you foil number 23 for us? Tell us what you got.
For number 23, I got n squared minus 2n minus 15.
Good. Okay, boys and girls, remember in foiling, you're doing your first terms, multiplying those together. You multiply your outer terms and your inner terms and put those together, combine them, and then multiply your last terms. Okay? I'm going to write the answers on the whiteboard so you can check, make sure that's what you have, and ask any questions if you need to. All right, you might want to pin Mrs. Palmer because that'll pull the board up bigger for you. Right, number 24, Nathan. And go ahead and unmute when I call on you.
Okay. So I have 4c to the second power plus 6c plus 4.
Very good. Only thing I want to change, one little thing, is minus 4 at the end. Okay, because that's
it's a negative too. Sorry.
Negative times a positive is a negative. Okay, good job. 4c squared plus 6c minus 4. Okay, and then go ahead and remute. And Matthew, could you tell us what you have for number 25?
Um,
Oh, this was
25?
this one was different.
Lord have mercy.
This one you had to do a little bit more work for.
let's see.
All right.
25?
Yep.
I said k to the second minus 4k to the second plus 3k to the second. I did something way
Yeah, this one's a little bit different because it's not written in the same form as before. This isn't the answer. This is the problem. K minus 1 times k minus 3k squared. Let's just do our foiling, okay? And do it with me right now, Matthew. First terms, okay? So k times k.
K to the second.
Good. Outer terms. K times a negative 3k squared.
I said negative 4k squared.
Okay, so k times negative 3k squared is going to be negative 3k to the third. All right, so we're working this problem out. All right, so Matthew did first, and then this is the outers. Okay, we have to do the inners now, Matthew. A negative 1 times k. Okay, negative 1 times k.
Commit your life to the Lord, and He will help you.
What was it? Inners next?
Yep. Inners, negative 1 times k.
Negative 1k.
And I'm just going to write that as a negative k. Okay, but that same thing, negative 1k. All right, now the last terms. Negative 1 times a negative 3k squared.
Commit your life to the Lord.
Positive
and He
3k
will
squared.
help you.
Good. I'm glad you got your positive. Negative times a negative is a positive. Okay. This is different because normally it's our outers and inners that we put together, and now we can put together the first term and the last term there. You can see that, Matthew? They're both k squares. So let's start off with the k to the third. We're going to go biggest exponent to smallest. Okay? So your largest exponent is which term, Matthew?
3k to the second.
Yeah, and don't lose your negative sign, okay? Negative 3k. Oh, sorry. Negative 3k to the third is your biggest term.
Oh, okay.
Your highest exponent. All right, negative 3k to the third. Now put your k squares together. You have k squared and you have
Commit your
a
life
3k
to the
squared.
Lord, and He will help you. Do you mind?
Do you mind?
You
K squared plus 3k squared.
is the honor.
That'll give us a plus 4k squared, and minus k is left. I'm going to circle that final answer.
Okay.
All right?
Sorry, my brother's bothering me.
It's okay. All right. Lauren. Hey, Lauren, you're here. Lauren, can you tell us what you got for 26? 26. But let me ask you a question first, Lauren. Can you FOIL 26?
26. No.
No, you can't FOIL it. Okay. What did you get for your solution for 26, Lauren?
I got 16d cubed plus 2d squared plus 5d minus 3.
Yes, that's it. All right, I'm going to put it up so you guys can see number 26.
Miss Palmer, may I use the restroom?
Yes, you may. Okay, Emma, would you read us number 27? It was a story problem.
Manufacturing. A company is designing a box for dry pasta in the shape of a rectangular prism. The length is 2 inches more than twice the width, and the height is 3 inches more than the length. Write an expression in terms of width for the volume of the box.
Okay, so we have to know the formula for volume. This would be like a rectangular prism. So volume is, what's that formula, Emma?
Length times width times height.
Okay, good. So I'm going to write that down first. Volume is length times width times height. Okay. The length is 2 inches more than twice the width, and the height is 3 inches more than the length. So we're going to start with just the width.
So what?
Did you keep
width?
this W, Emma?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my width is W, but I'm going to change the length. All right, what did you change the length to, Emma? It says the length is 2 inches more than twice the width.
I just said 3 plus L times 2 plus 2W, and then divide that by V.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to walk us through the steps though, okay? So what could I change length to? It says my length is 2 more than twice the width. So write that algebraically. 2 more than twice the width.
2 plus 2W.
Yeah. 2 plus 2W or 2W plus 2. Okay. So my length is 2W plus 2. I put it in parentheses just so you can see it there. And my width is W. Okay. We have to do the height, Emma. The height is 3 inches more than the length. So what would be
L?
Okay, but my L now is 2W plus 2. So add 3 to that. So what's 2W plus 2 plus 3?
2W plus 5.
Good. So our height is going to be 2W plus 5. Okay. That looks like a 12, not a parenthesis. Okay. So we have 2W plus 2 times W times 2W plus 5. Okay. So this one's going to get a little bit tricky. Let's multiply the first terms, the first 2 terms together. Okay. So you have 2W plus 2 times W. All right. So use distributive property there. The part I underlined.
Yeah, 2W squared plus 2W.
Good. So that turns to 2W squared plus 2W. All right. Emma just changed that. All right. If you didn't have this, it's okay. That's why I want to walk through this one together. Okay. So she changed it to that. And now we have to multiply that by the height, which Emma told us is 2W plus 5, right? Okay. And you guys are writing this down, right, as I'm doing it. It's just like we're in school. Mrs. Palmer would be saying, I'm writing it, so you write it. Okay, I'm writing it for you. So now, can I FOIL that now, Emma?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and FOIL, Emma.
4W to the third.
Okay, first term is 4W to the third. Good. How about outers?
10W to the second.
And inners?
And then 4W to the second.
Okay, good. Put those together. 10W to the second plus 4W to the second.
14W to the fourth. Wait, yeah.
To the second.
To the
Because
second.
we're just adding them. 14W to the second. Okay. That was Emma doing the outers and the inners. 10w to the second plus 4w to the second.
Then
One
just
more
plus-
thing.
Plus 10w.
Plus 10w. Okay, let me see what our question was. Write an expression in terms of width for the volume. And that finishes that up, okay? So Emma changed the formula for volume, which is length times width times height. And they said, I want you to write that all in terms of W. So she changed the length to terms of W. It was 2W plus 2. She turned the height to W's, 2W plus 5. And then she did the multiplication. And that's how that one goes, okay? If you didn't get that one, that's fine. All right, I just wanted to walk through it with you. The next section, though, is our fun section. Because our next section is special products. So we have like the little tricks for it. Number 28 is going to go to Karen. Number 28. You'll have to unmute first, Karen.
I'm unmuting.
Perfect. All right. What did you get for 28?
So I said for 28 in parentheses x plus 2 in parentheses squared equals x squared plus 2, x in parentheses and 2 in parentheses plus 2 squared equals x squared plus 4x plus 4.
Very good. That's it. Okay. X squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay. And remember, that's our special product. We could square the first term and then multiply the two terms together. Okay, x times 2 is 2x, and then we double that, so 4x, and square the last term. All right, 29 is similar, Gavin. Can you do 29? Except it's a subtraction, so we're going to have a subtracting in the middle term there. All right, so Gavin, you have to unmute first. Are you here, Gavin?
Says he is.
Okay. So for now, I have n to the second minus 121.
All right, n to the second is good. That's not the, it's not one of the problems where we're just going to have two terms. That's if you have a plus and a minus. This is a minus b squared. Okay, so this one you have to square the first term, which you did, n squared. Okay, now multiply what you have in there. What is n times negative 11? Gavin.
N times negative 11.
Uh-huh.
Negative 11 n.
Good. And then multiply that by 2.
121 n to the second.
No, just negative 11n times 2. So you're just taking negative 11 times 2. What's 11 times 2? Don't square it. I know you're getting 121 by squaring it, but just multiply it by 2.
22.
Yeah. So that middle term is going to be negative 22n. And then square your last term. And that's where you're going to get your 121. And the last term in that kind of special product is positive because it's negative 11 times negative 11. So you should have n squared minus 22n plus 121. Right. Number 30 is similar to that one. Abby, could you tell us what you got for number 30?
For 30, I got 16b squared minus 16b minus 4.
I like it all except the last term will be positive. Okay. And that special part, the only negative term is in the middle because when you do the last, you get a negative times a negative, which is a positive. Right. And you can always use that special formula I'm telling you about where you square the first.
Is that 166 or 16b?
16b.
Okay.
You could always square the first term, multiply the two numbers together and times it by 2, square the last term. You could always just write it out and FOIL it also. Okay, 31, Nicholas.
For 31, I got 36c squared plus 36c plus 9.
That's it. I'll put that up there so everyone can check their work. All right, 36c squared plus 36c plus 9. Okay. 32 and 33, Mrs. Palmer's absolute favorite polynomial multiplication problems, because you totally lose that middle term. Okay, 5d minus 3, 5d plus 3. When I see that, I get so happy. I'm like, all I have to do is my first term and my last term. Okay, so Nathan, what did you get for 32?
Nathan.
Nathan, are you with me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
Okay, we're on 32. What did you get for 32?
I got 25d squared plus 9.
Almost minus 9. 25d squared, and that'll be a minus 9 because your last term is negative 3 times positive 3.
I know. I don't know why I keep doing
Okay.
700 plants.
33 is Matthew Miller. Last one. Matthew, one of my favorite problems.
I said 81k to the second minus 1.
Yes, good.
Yay.
All right. Sounds like it might be one of your favorite kind of problems as well. Okay, 81k squared minus 1. Okay. All right. No new homework problems for you. Okay. I want you guys to have a blessed Holy Week with your family and a nice Easter. I know you can't travel like maybe you do sometimes, so you might have time where you're at home. And I'm going to put the test in there, which will be due next Friday. Okay, it's like a mid-chapter test. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to have you turn it in a Google Doc. If you want to take a picture, send that to my email, or if you just want to open a Google Doc and do it that way, that's fine. It's just easier to show your work if you take a photo, because you have like the exponents and those are hard to type in. I'm also going to put a video in your Google Classroom of what we're going to be doing next, because you might be over your Easter vacation and you might have some extra time and you might be like, oh, wow, I'd really like to start planning ahead and see what we're going to do. We're going to start factoring these polynomials. You know how we FOILed them? We're going to be taking them from the long polynomial and turning them into those two sets of parentheses. All right, so that's what we're doing next, kind of the opposite of what we just did. So I'll put videos on there to help you. You can kind of look ahead in your book and watch the videos if you want, and you can take the test, which will be due next Friday. Okay. Do you have any questions for Mrs. Palmer? Okay. Have a nice Easter, guys. I'll see you next week.
You. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for not
Bye.
giving us homework. Bye. Have a good Easter.
Bye. Thank you.